Everybody is just chilling in the bottom of the
same
boat.
peoples. Got the Scion, that's the newest class.
So we're playing some Path of Exile, just to show you guys what this game is for a second.
Hulk Smash? Hulk Smash?
Is that one of the old characters?
Yes, the Marauder, that's who you played as back in the day.
Do what you want, because you are the weaver of the destinies.
I think I'm gonna go with the Archer. No. Yeah. Sure. Name. Fa-la-la-la.
Shut up, lady!
Fa-la-la-la-la-la-la. Fa-la-la-la-la. It already exists, of course it does. How about fa-la-la-la-la-la?
She's still kind of going. She's going off. But no matters.
This bitch won't shut the fuck up.
The game's loading, bitch. Quiet.
First thing is for... Yeah, well, yeah.
First thing, you're gonna need a crude stick bent into the shape of a bow, tied together with a non-elastic rope. Useless.
Oh god!
I remember that.
Morning arrow, yeah! Inventory? Yeah!
Alright.
I remember how to play this game a little bit.
Chink Kaplinko. So this game's like an RPG?
This game's like Diablo 2.
This game's like
Back
Diablo
in the day.
I wonder if they fix that problem where you run out of shit to do at level 40.
Oh, who knows?
That's why we stopped playing. We're like, just can't take it anymore. You'd have to play that one skeleton level like 200 times to level up.
Yeah, they added some stuff.
And then you find out that there's no new quests, and you're like, God damn it, man! What's
They'd
with
added
you,
quite
man?
a bit last time I played compared to when you and I played.
Sweet. Well, we're let's playing this to completion, so...
No. I most certainly think not.
Toontastic Testosterone says, sure, lol. You got some health flasks and one little baby mana flask. Because all my other programs show no sign of DC. What's he got against DC? Is he Marvel Man?
Disconnecting, you jackass.
There's no Batman here.
There be no...
Even in Path of Exile, nothing works.
Burning arrow, yeah!
Stabbing zombies. Making lots of bread.
You can hold shift to attack without moving. Well, I'm kind of working with a mini keyboard here. My hands aren't as free as I normally could be.
It's okay, they don't expect us to be good at games. Comment if you expect us to be good at games. That one dude seemed kind of disappointed that we were like watching those cinemas from Devil May Cry instead of playing.
Yeah.
It's like, really? You, like,
that's why I was like, are you going to explain to him that this isn't going to be a normal thing?
Yeah. Like, you actually like watching us suck at games? Sweet.
Hey, only you suck at games.
Hey.
I only kind of suck at games. I only mostly suck at games.
By common YouTube standards, you're not very good at games. You can't 360 no scope from 1,000 meters, whatever bullshit.
Yes, but I've seen vagina. So there's that.
Many VHS tapes.
I am not a virgin. Unlike the majority of these Let's Play channels.
But I've claimed to been in a sword fight once or twice. Ow!
I'll have you know I've pretended to be in a sword fight. I'll have you know I was an Olympic fencing champion. I'll have you know that I'm beginning to regret this decision.
You're showing off your 3-foot archery range pretty good. Funk.
Again, working with one of these mini keyboards here, sir. It's not like I got an actual keyboard and a mouse here like you normally would have.
If you're a normal people.
If you're a normal PC player, you'd have your hand on these buttons and your other hand on a mouse.
So did you see that video that I posted on my wall, I think, of the dude handling the cobras?
I guess not.
It's like, it looks like it's like a back room, like of a department store or hardware store or some shit. It's like some dude in a t-shirt and gloves and glasses. It looks like a teenager probably. He's like 3 feet away from this wall of these plastic bins. He's got like 2 sticks.
Oh, that's all over Facebook, yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's freaking hilarious.
Or at least there's a meme of it, and it's just like, just feeding snakes.
Yeah, that was a lame meme. Yeah, he's like opening the drawer with the left stick, and then like every time he opens one, the cobra lunges out on him. Cobra!
What would have been really funny is if someone got like a soundbite of Cobra from G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
The Cobra Commander!
Get him! He's like so nonchalant. He's like, yeah, whatever, you know.
Well, he's like, yeah, just feeding Cobra, just feeding snakes. It's cool.
That guy's huge. And
he's like the mini boss before you get to town.
And he's got like a walkie-talkie on his back, so I picture he's like, go ahead for Mike. Yeah, I'm just back here feeding the cobras, not too busy yet. What do we got? New shipment of scorpions in? Okay. They're really riled up. Be right there.
Yep, on my way. Over and out. I'm in Lion Eye's Watch, the first little city area thingy.
You have entered Lion Eye's Watch.
No. No. Yes.
I've seen you before, back in Oregon. Lion Eye's Watch isn't much.
I've seen you before. Jared, can you give us a rundown on the backstory of Path of Exile?
Nope.
I've only played this game 3 times. You think I know anything about the story?
You think I give a crap enough to sit through that shit? No. No, I do not.
So you notice every item has a materia slot. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's got a gem slot. Unlike Diablo 2...
A materia slot, give credit
where
to
you would put gems in to add, like, elemental effects to your other stuff. It actually, like... It is much more like what Jim said, where there's a materia slot. So... You don't have a skill or a special ability unless you actually take a special ability gem and equip it onto your gear.
Unless you
and
do the
some
thing.
are linked, like this particular, like this is a yellow item, so it's got some other stats. And it's got a blue and a green slot that are linked with that little gold piece in between, so they can actually affect each other if you have the right kind of gems, whereas these are not linked. So it's very much Diablo 2, but definitely with more of like a Final Fantasy 7 kind of materia system.
So you can link your summon Rama materia, gem,
Exactly.
link it to an elemental and you get the electric
And then
elemental.
you, just like with the materia system, you actually have to level up your gems to improve their power, but you can only level them up to like certain levels compared to your character class level.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure that you have appropriate stats. Like the green gems are connected to your dex, and the blue gems are connected to your intelligence, and the red gems are connected to your strength. So if you don't make sure and keep your dex points up, then eventually you're gonna these green gems are gonna out level you, and you're not gonna be able to equip them because your dex isn't high enough. So like I'm a dex based archer, I gotta make sure I keep my dex up. And then this is the actual skill tree. Oh my god, they added artwork to it and stuff. That's cool.
I know, right?
Let's see if I can remember how to zoom out.
She's got short blonde hair.
I don't think I can zoom out with this particular.
What does she look like to you?
Like a tomboy? I don't know.
That's right.
So there's this one. I see the wireless mouse there, Jim.
Where is it? Here?
Yeah, pull it out. There's a mouse right there. It's wireless.
It's breathing.
Yeah, because I can zoom out, if I recall correctly. Yeah, there we go. So look at this ridiculous skill tree.
It's getting smaller.
It is crazy huge. And depending on what class you choose, you start in a different area. So, like...
They changed it a lot.
Yeah, they redesigned it. And they added the Scion class. The Scion starts in the middle, so if you wanted to be like the Scion can technically do anything and get anywhere.
Yeah.
But like the Archer is over here, and you start in, obviously, because you're the Archer, you start next to like all the ranged dex-based stuff. But if you wanted to, like, there's the scoundrel or whatever the thief dude is, who's also a dex character, but more like the melee dex. He starts over here. These little token things represent characters. The character classes.
Nice. Hola, mi alva Caesar la valia savage.
Then you get over here into like the strength area. Like I think that's Marauder. I think this is Tempest. The Tempest is kind of like between strength and wisdom or intelligence because they're kind of a caster. Down here would be like the wizard or the witch because she's just intelligence. The archer also uses some intelligence stuff, so she's kind of near that stuff also. And then the duelist is... Oh wait, no, yeah, the duelist is the pure dex melee person, and the scoundrel or whatever is the intelligence dex person. Like, they use traps and stuff like that, so they use some intelligence, but mostly dex and blah, 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 blah. So there's some hybrid people that, again, it depends on where they start, but there's all kinds of, like, some things will be like, okay, well, here's a permanent 30 to your dex, but then there's other things like, you know, okay, well, this increases how much mana you get back of mana recovery. This increases your evasion rate and armor, elemental resistances.
Sweet. That's nice.
So this is where like you can really customize your character, and even though there's really only like what 5 or 6 character classes to choose from, you can really choose how you want to really design your character, where you want to go.
Spend a point, bro.
So yeah, so I
smash that skill tree button. Smash it. I
can start, you know, again, like right off the bat, like I have 32 dex compared to a 14 and 14 for strength and intelligence. I can already go, like, do I want to just start increasing my projectile damage right off the bat, or do I want to increase my evasion and life right off the bat? I personally am going to go with...
damage.
I'm going to go with damage, but it's really important. Survivability in this game is really important, especially resistances.
Yeah. Because
there's a total of 3 different difficulties, I believe, in this game. So like this, again, like just like Diablo 2, this game has a lot of replay value, or is intended to have a lot of replay value, where you...
Mrs. Meowingtons was just talking about that on the chat box.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Miss Meowingtons. Cat people, am I right? It doesn't matter what skill you buy, because we're not playing this game to completion.
Tree. I'm trying to remember what friggin' button I hit to get it. If you guys want us to play this game to completion,
yeah, smash that like button 10,000 times.
Smash that like button.
10,000 likes, and we'll play it to completion.
If we can get 1,000 likes on this one video within the next month, we'll come back and we'll play it to completion. We'll play through the entire normal difficulty, at least. But yeah, if you want to max out your character, you have to play it through the normal difficulty, and the nightmare difficulty, and the hell difficulty.
Nightmare.
And every difficulty that you get in, every next difficulty, all your resistances are dropped by like 30 or something. Like I think like Nightmare, like all your resistances are dropped by 30%. So you need to up all your resistances by 30% just to be at neutral, let alone ahead of the game.
That's brutal. I had a nightmare that I was playing on the hell difficulty. Thank God I'm awake now. Well, bad news, sir.
Oh, it's P. Here we go. Okay.
And there's no way to play with other players in this game. 0.
Don't lie to the poor people.
Don't lie to everybody. Can you dual bow and arrow?
No, but you can put a quiver in the other spot to get more perks.
That'd be sick.
But you can't have 2 different sets of weapons. So like I could have, I'm on set 1. I could switch over to set 2. Then X easily swaps between your weapon sets. So you could have like a range set and a melee set, or you could have like, if you're a ranger, you could have just 2 different range sets. Like, okay, well this is designed specifically for like fighting undead, and this is designed specifically for fighting like beasts or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, since they have different kind of weaknesses and shit.
I heard to dig. If you were Goro, you could dual wield
split arrow, ice shot, frost blades,
frostbitten on me toe,
shrapnel shot, lightning attack, fires an arrow that pierces through enemies.
Pierces through enemies. Smashes them like the like button on this video. Arrows are fired with such force
that they create a burst of lightning, damaging all enemies in a
course, like it only takes force to create lightning.
So I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna throw it right there on my helmet.
The greatest archers in the world have lightning bows. Your helmet looks like a upside down frying pan or cooking pan.
Piece of shit is what it is.
I put this goddamn pot on my head and it's good.
So yeah, I don't want to dwell too much on this. Let's go kill some more stuff.
Gives an awful ring when I get hit in the head. Never tell anyone your password for them.
Never. I wanna switch. I wish I could remember how to switch abilities.
Brooding Hipster asks, has anyone built a Flicker strike build? Have they? Has anyone been so daring and bold? It's been so crazy and nuts.
There's gotta be a way.
If somebody's that crazy, take the game away from them, man. You built a Stricker flight build? You're done. You're done. You've had enough.
Clear this slot.
Eaglebrow, Necromancer Circlet. Why does that guy keep, like, listing off names of items and asking if they're good or trash or whatnot? Can you just check out the stats?
Because he's lame, yeah, because he doesn't know.
Is this any good? It's, like, covered in numbers and stuff. Like, do these numbers mean stuff that good? Things that do?
Oh my god, this is very obnoxious.
Do I want a higher number or do I want a lower number? Just fucking equip it on yourself, mate. Your sword's ugly. Yeah, use the technique, you fucking bum.
Oh my god, I can't remember how to fucking... You're going to trim this part out.
Oh, we're trimming this part out so I can do whatever?
Character screen, maybe? Oh, smash that fucking like button. What are you doing? This way. Small life flask.
Jared, you got any good stories from your weed smoking days?
I got lots of stories from my weed smoking days.
I didn't know you had weed smoking days. I was just being a dick.
Back in the day. Long time ago.
Back in the day, I'd smoked the most experimental shit you've ever heard of. Fucking crazy, man.
Fucking crazy.
Fucking crazy. Look at that coastline. Oh, it's beautiful. This time of night. Disregarding the zombies.
Did I level up?
How come he had a soul that floated away? Was that like...
Yeah, it was something.
These poor assholes are trapped in these decaying bodies till you kill them? Thank you. I have a casting call for the sequel to the new Ghostbusters. Crabs. Crab battle. My god, it's a crab with a knife. He's gonna shank me. Crab battle.
Oh, it's my gems that are leveling up. That's what it is. Okay, boom.
Yeah, bing, bing.
Boom. I was like, something's leveling, but it's not me. It's been a little while. I'm a little rusty.
Yeah. I'd totally play this game if I ever had free time to spare, but, you know.
Yeah, I know, right? Mm-hmm. Like, what the hell's free time?
Well, we're trying to do YouTube. I spend like all my free time between this GameBound channel and Epic SaveRoom channel and advertising for the YouTubes. There's assholes out here like, whoa, YouTubers get a real job. Oh. Like, motherfucker, we work more hours than you, bitch.
I know, I'm always like, when I'm at working at Staples, they're always like, so, like, really, you're only available 4 days a week? And I'm like, yeah, because I need 3 days at home for all the stuff that I do. And they're like, yeah, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you don't realize, like, I do more there than I do here. Like, I don't have free time.
Yeah.
Like, all my time is spoken for. Like, you think Jim's busy? I'm in even more projects than Jim's in. I'm in too many projects is my problem. That's half my problem. But but unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, but like not unfortunately, but like I was gonna trim down another project, but like they're all active. You know what I mean? Like no one's slacking. You know what I mean? Like, and they're all slowly growing.
Yeah.
If there's one project the least successful of my 3 primary projects is actually my own personal project, and that's the one that like I refuse to trim. You know what I mean? Like.
That's how it works. Hey, people that are like,
But GameBound's currently more successful and is, on a better, streamlined path than F2Life, and Game Master Studio, same thing. You know what I mean? Like, we're a podcast, so it's harder to compare, success-wise, because I don't have like subscribers per se. I do have followers, but podcasts can be watched from like, or listened to from like lots of different avenues, and we're all over the place. Like, technically we're hosted on podbean.com, but you can also download all our stuff through iTunes or through a variety of different phone apps.
Tumblr and Instagram and Google Plus and
so there's all kinds of different podcasts, like apps out there to download our stuff with.
Are you the mother of dragons? You're just waking up in a circle of fire?
Apparently.
Fuck it. Whereas my most successful channel, I haven't done anything for in 3 months. But I've done tons of
But
game
it was
shit.
also something you started like a couple years ago.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing a GameBound animated and working on that all weekend, and I don't know how long it's going to take. You guys will get to see a cool animation from Final Fantasy 15 of us running away from demons and being like, oh my god, they're fucking going to kill us! It's going to be South Park style, only because I can animate that super quick. Whoa.
I hit a button. That's not good.
Yep. That ended that recording. No, I guess it's still recording. Phew.
Resurrect in town.
We were browsing the internet and we see more important than
Yeah, I
what's
hit a
going on.
button and it pops up. It pops some shit up.
We were like, oh, what's going on Facebook right now? Somebody's like, oh, snow. Well, jeez, got a shovel. Shit. Here's a picture of my cat. Oh, cool. Righteous.
Spin that point.
Every time someone like, oh, I picked up an extra shift this weekend because I'm just so bored at home. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm gonna shank you and twist it.
I hope you die.
Like, somehow figure out some way to magically transfer the free time that you don't know how to spend to me. I got the time slot that Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy's on, and then after that, I don't fucking know. What the fuck would I do?
Some people just don't understand the concept of having a hobby. And for a lot of people, that's probably for the best, because like a lot of people don't have hobbies and they still call it all the time just because they don't have a good work ethic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if they had a hobby, therefore something that they always wanted to be doing.
Some dank weed. Oh!
I'm a big fan of this particular attack because it goes through. Most of the arrows hit and then stop, you know what I mean? But this will go through and hit multiple enemies.
It gets through to them, it really makes a point. But as they are like simple crab creatures, I doubt their learning capabilities are such that they're like, don't attack this crazy archer bitch. Like, nah, get her again. Call some backup. Don't you want the driftwood wand since you're an archer?
Well, since this is just kind of a quick showing off of things, I'm not too worried about picking everything up to get cash, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Normally in the beginning I'd pick up everything just so I could, ho, hi!
So this game has like dungeons and stuff you go through?
Hell yeah.
Beat a boss, go back in town. I remember all these crab monsters.
Like I said, things have been tweaked and changed a little bit.
Thank God. That thing's cool. What the hell is that?
Honored him with a place on his belt.
Oh, shut up.
Calm.
Khan!
Khan! Who's Khan again? Now, I heard that Star Trek movie like introduces Khan, but like never any backstory before he shows up. He's just like, I'm Khan. And then like silence. It's like nobody who's not familiar with Star Trek and they're watching that movie, they're like, so? His name's Khan.
Well, they don't. He gives his background, or his version of his background right after introducing himself. But yes, that's that dramatic moment of like, I am Khan.
I am Kevin.
And for anyone that's like a Star Trek, buff, they're all just like, oh shit.
Oh my God.
Waypoints.
And everyone else is like, oh shit.
Still kind of a dramatic moment. Cause I am better. Better at what? Everything. You, Vulcan, can't even break rules. How can you be expected to break bones?
I like this environment better than the crappy ass crab shore.
It looks nice.
Fucking, well, now it's getting all muddy and gross again.
That's the other thing too, is like we could zoom in.
It's full of demon fucking, whoa. The graphics, man. They didn't have this in 1980.
Like we don't have to have the full on Diablo 2 bird's eye view thing going on. We can pretend we're all up in the thick of it.
Oh, shit. Look at that boot leather. Wow.
Bootstraps, he tied him up by bootstraps.
You need an item level of at least 80, but you'd want level of 84 to have absolutely all blue rolls available when you craft. Thank you for these.
Bootstraps.
It's a froggy. What can you do with that frog?
Run away, I guess. Run away.
The frog's gonna pull a Star Trek moment and be like, I am Frog. Oh shit.
See, the other interesting thing about the whole Star Trek, like, Wrath of Khan, like, the second Star Trek movie is, which they followed suit with, you know, like, the first one's just Star Trek, and then the second one is Wrath of Khan, because they are redoing the whole timeline, you know what I mean? Like, the whole, like, timeline got screwed up by those people going through the black hole and back in time and changing things.
Yeah.
So Wrath of Khan, you know, Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan is Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan again, but they changed a lot of stuff. But the biggest difference is the original movies had the original Star Trek series to support it. Because Khan and his crew were from the Star Trek episode. Like, I don't know what season. I'm not a true Trekkie, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, but they're, you know, they existed, like, they encountered them, and it was like a several episode thing, like, dealing with this crew, and they ended up, like, you know, putting them on this planet where they could try to, like, rebuild and call their own, but basically they're stranded there, because Khan's a dick. So when they encountered them in the movie, it was like, you know, it wasn't like, who's this Khan guy, like it was with the new one.
Yeah.
But again, the timeline's different, so they don't encounter them, you know, previously in this timeline.
Protect the frog.
They encounter them on a quicker, more accelerated timeline, so, you know, this is their first time dealing with them. And also in the movie, it was Spock that died, and Kirk that yelled Khan. But in the remake, it was, they flipped it around and changed it, so Kirk died, and Spock yelled Khan. And they, you know, ended up unkilling them in a different way, too. If I recall, because it's been a long time since I watched the original Star Trek movies, Spock, you know, they did the whole, like, kind of like burial at sea thing. They put him in a torpedo empty torpedo.
Yeah.
Photon torpedoes, or whatever the hell, you know, one of those shells, and shot him off into, like, a nearby planet. And that happened to be, like, a planet where they were doing some biological experiments and they weren't aware of it, and it was part of the quote-unquote Genesis Project.
Whoa.
Where people were, scientists were trying to develop a way to basically shoot a planet with this specially formulated thing that they'd been working on, basically in the form of, like, a photon torpedo. Yeah. And turn a previously uninhabited, you know, biologically dead planet into, but basically to sprout life, you know what I mean, or to restart life or whatever. And anyway, Spock's body was on the planet when they shot it with this experimental thing, and it reanimated his body. Because he was dead from radiation poison, and then this, you know, experiment reanimated his corpse.
Cool.
Whereas in the new movie, it's like Khan's blood, like, allows you to just, like, fix anything, because he's, like, a super clone. Like, you don't even have to, like, process his blood, apparently. You just stick his, you know, some of his blood in somebody and they're fixed. Even from death.
Wicked. That is pretty wrathful. Bringing people back.
Well, it's not like Khan did it on purpose.
Face my healing
Spock beat the living
wrath.
piss out of him and then stole his blood. Spock was about to kill him until they're like, "It's the only way to save Kirk."
His semen is the only way to save Kirk. Jerk
Spock's
him
kind
off.
of a badass in the new ones.
You gotta jerk Khan off to get the healing power. That's messed up. THX, is that like the sound test system for...
I leveled up again. See, we're going to probably call it here in a minute, but what I would do is, personally, I would keep going through all this and keep jacking up my damage here for a little bit, but then I would want to go for you want to go for these gold things. They're always where it's more, you get a lot of bang for your buck.
Yeah. Let yourself get beaten. Motherfuckers gnawing on my elbows, bitches.
So yeah, so I would go for that. I might go back through, because increasing your attack speed, obviously the faster you can attack, the more damage you can output. Jack up your DPS instead of just your damage per hit. Like I said, resistance is important.
It's a fun game if you love
Jacking up
leveling.
some critical striking would be nice. Increase physical damage with attacks. Dual wielding. See, that's like getting over next to the duelist. I'm not really worried about dual wielding as an archer per se. Jewel slot. That's another thing they added. And it's like there's random spots. There's certain types of jewels now that you can get insert into these weird jewel slots that give you perks. There's different gems that you can level up and throw in there. Stuff like this is like where you can gain like whole new abilities that you normally wouldn't even be able to get, like a chance to dodge spell damage. Normally there's no chance to dodge spells at all.
Yeah.
Stuff, acrobatics. There's the witch is basically like the necromancer of the game, so you look for things like that will allow you to have quote unquote more minions or more specters, because you can have more zombies, more ghost companions.
Nice.
Stuff like that. But yeah, it's a pretty
there's
cool
like
game.
There's a cap on how many skill points you get in the game or something.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is, but even if you play through all 3 difficulties, hit max level, there's only like, I'm gonna guess like 181 skill points to get. Or is there something like 1,200 different skills in the game? Like this skill tree, I want to say, is like around 1,000 or 1,200 skills in this tree. This like starred tree, basically. And I want to say it's 181. And the interesting thing about the game is you can actually go to the website, and it'll let you do hypothetical like layouts. So you can go through and spend points hypothetically. You can say, okay, well, if I was a Scion and I maxed out my character, because by playing through the game, the storyline, you get some bonus skill points here and there too.
Yeah.
Which is why, not just hitting max level, but by playing through all 3 difficulties to get all the free skill points that you can possibly get. But yeah, you can go through and spend points in the tree hypothetically, and there's even a way you can print. There's a printout option of it and stuff like that. So it actually it's a nice player aid. So you can go through. Okay, well, hypothetically, if I was a witch, I could go from here to here to here to here. In the first 20 levels, and I can get myself a few extra zombies, and then I can do this, this, and this, and by the end game I could have this going on for me, and blah, 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 and you do get some refund points throughout the game, too, so you can be one of those, like, well, I wanted I needed the extra zombies early game, but then late game, like, I wanted to, I don't really need zombies as much, I want to worry more about having different, ghosts, so I can, pull some of these points out here and respend them over there.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep. I'm like no pro or anything on this game, but I played it a little bit back in the day, and they've clearly done some more work to it since even the last time I played it, which was probably about 6 months ago.
Took her for a spin, slapped her around a bit.
Yeah, very Diablo 2-ish in its gameplay and layout. Dungeons regenerate themselves in different manners every time you go through and play them, so there's some replay value there. So, it's not like you have the same map and you're going through the same dungeon every time. Again, very much like Diablo 2. There's waypoints, so you can teleport around as you unlock them. I think there's 5 fully complete acts now. When Jim and I first played, there was like 4, and they hadn't fully completed Act 5 wasn't even playable. Nor had they really finished Act 4. Act 4 is actually technically only half done. Yeah.
So there you have it.
I'm gonna call it there. Call it a day.
Boot up. Save that captcha, bro.